We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Hey guys, it is time for card number 12 in this 12 cards of Christmas. This time we're going to make a gatefold card, a super easy one. I mean, it could not be more easy. What you need is a piece of cardstock, preferably a heavy piece of cardstock that is 8.5 inches this way, 5.5 inches this way. On the 8.5 inch side, you're going to score it 2 1/8. Then you're going to flip it around like that and score at 2 1/8. That gives you your gate fold. Then it's just a matter of decoration. I forgot to round all these corners. I rounded the corners of my inside piece, and I forgot all the other ones. I got so tied up in writing down my measurements that I completely forgot my corners. So I'm going to do that real quick and I'll be right back with you. So I rounded just the outer corners of the flaps, and then as I was rounding the panels for the front, I only rounded the inner, is it inner or outer? These corners here, I didn't round these because it wouldn't have looked right had I done all 4 of them. Well, since the 2 panels that go on top of those are much smaller, I did go ahead and round all 4 of those. Now, is it going to look right? I don't know. I'm thinking about it. But the reason why I wanted some curviness to those is because I'm going to put this piece on the front and see how curvy it is. To me, it needed it. So I think I am going to leave them that way. I'm not putting my white panel that goes in the middle down yet because, again, I have to do some stamping and I tend to mess up, so I put it off to the side. So we know I've already rounded these corners. Let's go ahead and put this one down. And this one is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. I'm not very good at doing that like that. It's awkward to me. Not that one, I didn't put far enough out. So let's try to put this down somewhere close. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this piece down because I'm not doing any stamping on it. And it is 3.5 by 4 3/4. And I'm not going to put my last panel down because I have to stamp on it. I wanted this one to be a lot like the other ones in that you don't need a whole lot to be able to do it. Paper, this was a gift tag. See there, I just took the ribbon out and put a piece of bling up there, and that piece of bling did not look right to me being there by itself, so I added another one down here. Anyway, these pieces that are going to go on the outside are 2 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Then the next piece that goes on, this one is 1 3/8. That can't be right either. By 5 or 5 1/8. Let me look. by 5. Alright, this one is 2 by 5 1/4. This one is 1 3/8 by 5. And my flaps aren't staying down because I have something taller inside and I don't have any weight on top yet. And this one is 1 by 4 3/4. So those are going to go on there. So we'll stick them down. And I'm just going to open it out. This looks like it has things all over it, but it doesn't. It's a speckled piece of paper. It's got like different reds and greens and grays and all kinds of different colors in it. I've got to get this way over here because I don't want it to go all the way to the other edge. And it is so close. Oh my goodness. Let's see, so I gotta make sure I get these the same height. Keep my head out of there. Okay, I know that that's close to the right height. Alright, this piece is 1 1/2 by 5. Now wait a minute, that's not right. Is it 1 1/2 or is it 1 3/8? One 3/8. I don't know why I have these written down on different on each side. I guess I was paying attention to the movie I was listening to yesterday when I was cutting all of these and writing them down. Apology. My apology. I just want it somewhere near the center. It doesn't look straight. That's better. Oh. Cannot believe it's almost the end of the year. This year has flown by. Or is it just me? I don't think it is. I think other people feel the same way. Time seems to just be flying by. And I've noticed that the older my son gets, the faster it goes. And I'm pretty sure I don't like it. I mean, he's always going to be my baby because he's my only child. but he's not a baby. He's a grown man, you know? And so I just don't. I don't think that's straight. I don't know. I don't feel like he ought to be a grown man. I feel like he ought to be, you know, my little baby boy. This one I know is 1 inch by 4 3/4 inch, sorry. And of course, you know, we would keep them babies forever if we could. But we can't. The thing about kids growing up and turning into adults, though, is, you know, a lot of times, I won't say all times because not everybody has children, but a lot of times we become grandparents, you know? And, you know, my stepdaughter was one that said, I don't ever want to have kids, blah, blah, blah. Well, she has 2 kids now. So, you can't really go off of what they say when they're younger. I mean, think about it. Didn't we say a lot of things when we were young that in our adulthood and our older age we feel completely opposite about? And since I was told at such a young age that I probably would never have kids, of course I said, you know, from a pretty young age, I didn't want kids. I was, you know, mentally setting myself to never having kids because of the polycystic ovarian syndrome that I had and the surgeries that I had. I mean, my goodness, they removed my left ovary before I was 18 years old because it was so bad. And my right one, they had to kickstart it because it wasn't functioning. So, you know, they were real honest with me in saying that I didn't have a very high likelihood of ever having kids. So I didn't expect to. So when God blessed me with my son, he's been the biggest blessing of my life, the greatest gift I've ever been given, and the greatest job I've ever been given, you know. You know, my son's always been a great kid, but we had challenging times like all parents do, you know. Now we need to stick this down, and the question is, do we want to put some height on it a little bit? I think so. I want to put it, it'll be a little bit off center because it gives it more stability, I have found. If I put it just off a little bit where these points are just on one side and not right directly in the middle. I have these pieces left over. That's not too bad. I keep threatening to buy one, but keep threatening to buying one of those great big rolls of the foam tape, because I keep hearing everybody talk about how much more cost effective it is, and I think they're right, you know. I mean, that many people can't be wrong. And when I look at the prices of all of it, and I do all the math, it is more cost effective. I'm just trying to get through the holidays without spending any more money on me, you know. There. Now, for the inside, and here's a variation of a gatefold that I did that I'm not sure I like. I think it turned out okay, but I'm not a big fan of it. This one here. It had potential, and then I don't know, I got sidetracked or something. Let's do the May May Made It stamp. Sending loads of warm holiday wishes. You can see which ones I've used the most. I need to, now that I've cleaned my scrubber, I need to scrub those again. And I never did get a card made with the little pickup. I might go ahead and make another one. We'll see. I think that's crooked. No, not too bad. This panel here is 2.5 by 4 1/8 before I stick it down. Now, I want to put something else down here, and I don't know what. Okay, I decided I didn't want to add any more height to the inside. So, from the same stamp set, I took these little packages right here. I'm going to stamp those down in this corner, and then I'm going to color them. I haven't even used this stamp. Her stamps are so perfect. That's the very first time that's ever been stamped. And look how perfect it is. I love her stamps. But these are super old. This is Wild Wasabi. This one is Real Red. Then these are So Saffron, Bashful Blue, and Pretty in Pink. And I love these. And they're still real juicy. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it alone. If I keep messing with it, I'll mess it up worse. I mean, it's already messed up, but I don't want to make it worse. So, that's this week's card. Let me know what you guys think. Here's a different variation of it. This piece here, like I said, was a gift tag, as was this one. It came out of these gift tags that I got at Tuesday morning. Out of this little guy. On this one, I removed the ribbon from up here. Just put a little piece of bling there and tied a little bow and stuck it there. I thought it'd be cute there. Anyway, you guys have a great day and a glorious tomorrow. Thanks for spending a little time with me. Bye, guys.